This question is from Jeremy G. Jeremy G lives in Portland, and this is what he writes. He's a good friend of mine. He says, Craig, I'm curious what you feel about the balance between concentration and letting go in meditation. I try to find the balance, but the question comes up often for me. Often I try to focus my attention on the inner sound, but I wonder if that is limited. Yeah, this is a great question. You know, there's two big schools of thought in regards to how do we meditate. You know, if we look at the basic school, of Buddhism, the basic teaching of basically paying attention to the silence, just being open, relaxing the body, letting go, and allowing awareness just to receive everything. And this is how, the Buddhist, some Buddhists teach meditation. And then many folks in the world of yoga and different traditions tend to have a real focus on a mantra, focus on the heart chakra, the third eye, the belly, whatever it is. Some Tibetan Buddhists make it very, very complicated. They have a mantra and a visualization and a whole, it's like a play, with all the parts, the beginning, the middle, the climax, the end, and, it gets a little silly. And I know that I personally found myself struggling with this, many times on the path. Sometimes if we are too loose and we have no concentration, we end up getting lost in thought, and we might just spend the whole time just thinking during meditation. But then if we focus too much, like on one thing, like Jeremy G is writing, focusing on the sound, the divine sound, like the sound Om. If any of you are very silent and you'll notice there's this radiant Om. Sometimes it's like a hum that comes forward from within. And if you focus just on that, it may open you to new realms. But if you focus on it in a way that has any shred of ego, you'll feel a tightness in your concentration. Any shred of ego, any sense of, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. If you feel into the question, I'm curious what you feel about the balance between concentration and letting go. If you are trying to create balance within yourself, there's a good chance you are trying to create balance from your superego. And this could even be your spiritual superego. I call that like the meditator, the one who's trying to meditate correctly. And that's very good in the beginning, to develop a sense of discipline, to learn how to meditate, to focus on one practice for months or even years. But after you've gotten what I'll just call proficient, then it's good to relax that, to let go. To let go. Let go of the one trying to meditate correctly. What I found is the most helpful thing when we're really struggling with this question of efforting more or efforting less, efforting more or letting go, is if you let go deep in the belly, like profoundly deep in the belly. The superego begins to fall away. The spiritual superego falls away. And there's a freedom that comes forward, but it's a freedom that comes forward with power, with strength. It has a feeling of like this, like uprightness. And when we let go deep in the belly, we no longer think about concentration anymore. Hell, we no longer think about letting go. We are resting truly in an open-hearted and yet powerful way. In an open-hearted and powerful way. And so, Jeremy, because I know you, I'm going to encourage you to let go more deeply, more fully. Deep in the belly, deep in the gut. Notice where that you're holding on. Holding on or holding back. Holding back. When we hold back on the path, when we have not fully stepped into our authority, our superego will come forward and say, okay, he's not ready yet to live his truth fully. So I'm going to tell you how to do it. It's like having this inner manager, always trying to figure it out, sort it out. It's like most of us, we second guess ourselves. Throughout our day, we live with doubt or fear. But when we let go in the belly, doubt falls away, fear falls away. And there's this different kind of power that comes forward. It's different than concentration. It's your true nature. A deeper level of it. And so I'm going to encourage you, my friend, just to breathe more deeply, to let go more deeply. And one of the ways that's helpful is what I call this third type of meditation. You have the Buddhist way, which is just letting go. You have the yogic way, which is just concentrating on one thing. But the way I teach meditation is to focus throughout the body, to allow awareness to be vast and spacious, relaxed, at ease. That's the letting go. But also just notice throughout the entirety of your being. Where are you holding back? Because your body will tell you. Your body will tell you clearly where you are putting a wall between you and the direct experience of oneness, the direct experience of God. Your body will tell you. And so when you meditate in a somatic way, where you are feeling throughout your being, you notice all these little places where you're gripping. And so the great question is can you let go there? Can you let go there? As you do so, this inner sound that you're describing will actually become more powerful. The experience of radiance will become more powerful. The experience of spaciousness will become more powerful, more full, because there's no more walls between you and what you are. And so anyways, I hope that's helpful.